Hi guys, Sir Lawrence here from Vapor Moon. Thanks for tuning into my channel. What we're going to talk about today is some safety features. All right, a lot of people are having problems with batteries. They don't know what kind of batteries they're getting. I just saw some pictures on the internet of how some batteries are exploding, and it can give vaping a bad name. From now on, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be putting in a resettable fuse. You've all seen similar examples to this. I'm using a little bit different circuitry and a little bit different setup because I'm going to be putting it onto a battery spring. Okay. What this does is, if there's any kind of short, the circuitry in this will completely shut off immediately. And after the short's taken care of, it immediately resets so that you can start vaping again. You never have to replace this. It'll last for a long time. I make all these here in my shop myself. I don't send these out, and every one of them is tested so that I know it's working perfectly. It fits into, well, let me take a vape real quick. Doesn't look any different than the type that I've been making. But from now on, all the ones that have the fuse built into this battery area, the bottom cap, will have that little silver dot on the inside so that I know. All right. What this does is prevents, say, people are doing rebuildables where they crossed over their wires somehow, or you have a bad battery, or sometimes your atomizer might be crossing over. Say, like on the inside here, that center pin might be touching the edge. And that can happen, and it can short things out. The Saber Touch is built with short circuit protection, but only to an extent. If you're shorting it out for a couple minutes, it can blow the circuitry, just like any kind of um, electronic mod. Now, as a good thing, really, when you start getting into mechanical mods, there is no protection whatsoever. So that could lead to battery explosions and so forth. I'm going to be showing you an example of how that works. Now, this is the Saber Touch Max. This takes two of the large batteries, the 18650s, stacked together. With this circuitry, you don't have to worry about stacked batteries anymore, because if either one of them start to short out, that circuit will kick in, okay, and it will stop all the power immediately. And you're wondering why, oh, it's not vaping. That could be why. Check your batteries, check your atomizer, check your rebuildables to make sure that everything is in sync. What I'm going to be showing you is a test to show you what exactly happens when your battery shorts out. All right, be with you in just a second. Okay, guys, what I'm going to show you is what happens when a battery shorts out. This is one of my little gadgets that I came up with. I use a bunch of these to test Saber Touch mods. When I build them, it makes it a whole lot easier to test the voltage on them, make sure everything's operating okay. I have these hooked up to different scientific power sources, and I also, check them with batteries. This is the negative; it goes right to this terminal. And of course, then we have a positive end. Excuse me. What I'm going to do is show you. This is a standard Saber Touch battery spring, battery cap. I use a spring that is meant to collapse on itself when it's overheating. If something's shorting it out, saying the battery's going bad, or an atomizer that somebody put on top is shorting, especially the rebuildable type, where people may cross a wire over by accident. What this does is it's a safety prevention. It pulls away from the battery so that it will not conduct any kind of electricity flowing through. Okay, I'm going to take a jumper cable and I'm going to hook it up to the negative end. I'm going to put this on here, okay, because the negative end of the battery goes onto this. Let me move this back a little bit, or forward a little bit, so y'all can see. And I'm just going to set the negative end of the battery right here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to short it out. I'm not going to, this is a EFEST 1500 mAh battery. I'm going to try it with one of these because it does have a safer chemistry and I really don't want to cause an explosion right now. So please do not do this at home. I'm going to set it on the spring. All I'm going to do is just touch the positive, so I'm going to be shorting it out. Okay, that didn't take long to collapse the spring. So that's a pretty good safety feature that the Saber has already. As you can see, that spring is pretty well collapsed inside compared to the other spring. I don't know if you can see that, but it's almost flush with the rubber. I'm going to pull this out and just see how far it did collapse. Oh, this is hot. Hold on a second. That melted to the rubber. As you can see how far that collapsed down. So that is a good prevention that I already put inside of the Saber, if anything's shorting out on the Saber. Let me put this one aside. Now, all the Sabers, unless you email me and request not to have this circuit put in, I'm making them right here in my own shop. I don't have anybody make these for me. I make them myself. But if you request not to have that put in, but you would rather have the standard type, when you order your Saber, just email me and just let me know. But the ones that are going to be fused with a resettable fuse, it's going to have a little silver dot inside so that I know. Okay, we're going to put this one up here. Well, let's try it with this first. Okay, so that's the negative end. This goes to the battery. Let's short this out. What happens is, as soon as this circuit detects a short of any type, it immediately shuts off. Okay, let's try it out. Okay, I'm connecting it right now. Nothing. It immediately shuts off. And the nice thing about it is it'll turn right back on after the short is taken care of. Let's try one with it already inside of the cap. Okay, I'm going to put this on here. I'm going to take the negative, touch it to the positive. Nothing, still the same. It immediately shuts off the electricity. This is very good for safety. It's also very good so that you don't burn out any of the circuits. Now the Saber does have short circuit protection built in, but when you start getting into like the Saber Touch Max, which takes two of these stacked on top of each other, that's a lot of power going through, and if it's creating a short, you can blow out the circuitry in the Saber. With this, you're completely protected because it immediately shuts off. Okay. So guys, what did you think of that? Again, please don't do that at home. I don't want somebody getting the idea of looking at my video and saying, oh, I'm going to give that a try. And if you order a new Saber with this type of cap on it, don't go trying that at home. Shorting out batteries, it's a dangerous thing. That's why I used high drain battery so that it wouldn't explode. If I used, say, like a truss fire or something like that, you take a risk of it exploding. All right, but the new chemistry in the IMR batteries are a lot better. They still don't cut off. Okay, as you saw with the spring. Where's my spring? Here it is. Throw it on the table. That's what it looks like compared to the other spring. This one got pretty hot and melted away, and that was the IMR battery. So I'm going to take that same cap that we did the example with, put it back on my Max, and enjoy vaping. Now, like I said, starting from now on, I'm going to be installing this safety feature into the bottom cap of all Sabers. Some of you out there that like the sub-ohms and so forth, this hardly has any resistance to it whatsoever. It's just a circuit that opens and closes. When it's shorting out, it opens up, so it doesn't allow any power through. But I mean, it's so tiny it hardly does anything. But if you're a real stickler that you do not want that kind of safety feature, when you order your Saber, just let me know, and I'll give you the standard spring. Okay? If you all have any questions, write me at sirlawrence@vapormoon.com, just like up there, except the Sir Lawrence in front of it. And if you have any questions, I'm going to post this around. Please feel free to write me, and I'll try to do my best in answering. Okay, this is Sir Lawrence. Thanks for tuning in again. And everybody, keep on vaping and keep it safe.